Good morning, Atlantia. Good afternoon. Hope you're enjoying this wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Lynette and I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about a few items, but first and foremost, we want to say thank you to everyone that has served in either protecting this land in which we live in or taking care of all of us through this pandemic. All of you are worthy of recognition through the Memorial Day holidays. So thank you all very much. Raise a toast, drink it to our heroes on Memorial Day. We're talking to you from a little place that we like and enjoying a pint, so we'll be a little bit informal, and hopefully we won't forget what we're supposed to say too much.
So we have some good news. As you're aware, there is going to be a new Baron and Baroness for Curamere. Their investiture was supposed to be this weekend at Jim Joust, and unfortunately, as we all know, that couldn't occur. But I am very happy to announce that the next Baron and Baroness of Curamere will be Master Idon and Lady Anya.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. There was an amazing response turnout from the Barony of Curamere. So many pollings came in, and you guys used both electronic and paper, and we're so thankful. It shows you guys are really invested in your barony and that you care what happens. And we had very good commentary, very positive for all the applicants who put forth their names. So we'd like to thank everyone who put forth, and hopefully we've got good things to look forward to in Curamere when we get around to being able to actually do the investiture.
And to their current excellencies of Curamere, one of the ways that you can judge the health of a barony is how strong the responses are when you ask for opinions. And like Her Majesty said, it was overwhelming. It was a huge response. So we feel really, really good about Curamere. We feel great that you guys know what you want. You're able to say so, and you're driving for that direction. What do you have next?
Next, as you guys know, there was usually several competitions at Emerald Joust or Jim Joust, and one of those was the Scrivener Royal. We had 4 people who entered for Scrivener Royal this year, and that was Mistress Mordaren Tremaine, Lady Kennethswith of Lost Forest, Lady Karen Valvrin, and Lady Katrina Ingenfirgus. Excellent displays by everybody. It was very hard for His Majesty and I to choose, but we went through them multiple times and just kept looking at them. And we finally decided that Lady Karen Valvrin will be the next Scrivener Royal of Atlantia. Beautiful, beautiful work. 3 different submissions, and you guys can look at that online.
We're going to take a break right now and show it.
And show it to you.
Because this is a real benefit of doing a virtual court is we can talk about it and we can show you the work, and you don't have to look over someone you're sitting behind.
And you can actually see all the entries online at Virtual Atlantia.
Okay, so welcome back, everyone. The other competition we had was for Poet Atlantia. And the work that won was fabulous. Something that I had never seen before in my years of being in this kingdom. It was in an Egyptian style, and it just took our breath away. Her Majesty couldn't read it without crying. And for us, I will admit that she touched all the bases. And when asked to pluck the heartstrings, for us, in our family, we've lost 2 family dogs this year. Long-term, members of the family as far as we're concerned. So when the first work is dedicated to the passing of her dog, Sassafras, it was over the top. So Lady Talia, congratulations. We're gonna allow her to read her work in court at this time. But before we do that, we want to thank the other contributors. And there were contributors who entered for consideration in the competition, and there were entries for just wanting to expand the arts in the poet field. And those are going to be on display also.
Now, just for those of you who may not know, the theme this year was you were supposed to submit a work that brought an emotional high and one that brought an emotional low. And Lady Talia's entry for the honorary for her dog Sassafras was actually the emotional high. And the other work, the emotional low, was a Harper song, basically talking about you need to enjoy life now because you can't take it with you, basically. But the other two entries were Harper on Coup and Teresa of Attilium. Thank you both. Also, just beautiful works.
Hi everyone, this is Talia and De Morales of Storvik, and this is my entry to the Poeta Atlantia competition. As hopefully you can tell from my attire, but I am doing ancient Egyptian poems. Specifically, my happy poem is going to be sort of a eulogy in the form of fragments from a Book of the Dead. Yeah. So, fragments from a Book of the Dead for Sassy. I have an epigraph, and this is from another song, actually a Harper song, which I'll talk more about before that poem. But this is a epigraph from a period poem. Man dies, his body is dust. His family all brought low to the earth. But writing shall make him remembered, alive in the mouths of any who read. Better a book than a builded mansion, better than a body's home in the West, splendid above a fine house in the country, or stone-carved deeds in the precinct of God. So, it goes on forever. Her mistress petitions Anubis. The guard of the heart of this woman was this dog. Sassafras was her name. She has been laid down with great ceremony and fine linens and flowers, and these verses upon her resting place. I did this for her in order that she may be honored before the great god Anubis, that he may walk with her on the path to the field of reeds. Sassafras assumes any form she wants. She is a stone. She is a rock weighing the blankets down. She is the first cataract. Her legs are the Nile, flooding every corner of the bed. She is a daughter of Ra. She comes forth in the morning, shining and joyful. She is the crocodile who seizes the main course. She is the one who takes by robbing the trash. And then she is the queen of prostration among all the lords of Latopolis. I cite her exemplary behavior. She is come before you. No sin of hers exists. No sadness of hers exists. No witnesses against her exist. There is no one she has wronged. She has done all the things which men praise. All things she has done has pleased the gods. She has given the gods what they love. She has been company to the traveler. She has left none alone upon the road. She has been a boat in troubled waters. She has brought balm to the injured. She has been a roof in the rain. She has answered every hurt. She has made these divine offerings unto the gods. Everything she has given to the gods is what they love. Save her then, protect her then. Report not against her in the presence of the great God. She is one beautiful of body, pure of tongue, to whom welcome, welcome is said. She bears witness to delight. She gives forth happy cries. Her mouth has been opened to receive every good thing. She has found a stick along the path to the necropolis. She brings a branch fallen from the Persea tree. Her mouth has been opened to give every good thing. She is the waggiest priest of the gods, who knows the pleasure of her own belly. She has come here to bear witness to the light, to bring joy among the silent ones. I tell of her heart and her power of movement. This is the spell for giving the dog of Talia, Sassafras, everlasting life in the necropolis. O heart that is in the house of hearts. O heart that is in the house of hearts. She has her heart and it is good. She has her mouth to bark, her legs to run, her tail to greet her friends. The two doors in the earth have opened for her. Geb, heir to the gods, opens his jaws for her, unclouds her eyes, stretches out her legs. Anubis strengthens her haunches. She is raised up then. Sekhmet, the divine one, places her in the sky. Orders shall be made in Memphis. She shall not be empty in her heart. She will have power in her heart. She will have power in her legs. She will have power in her jaws. She will have power in her lungs. She will have power in her paws. She will have power in her heart. She shall not be empty in her heart. She does eat the cakes that were left for Osiris in the field of offerings. Her ears flap in the boat wind as she sails up the winding waterway, the river that runs to the lake of lilies. In the bottom of the reed boat of souls she sleeps, in the papyrus boat of Haramhef, he who looks behind, she rests her head, flops her ears on his feet, the ferryman who carries her to the field of reeds.
Okay, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope there's plenty of tissue where you are, for it certainly can pluck the heartstrings. Even though it's for the happy side, it's still hard. I want to take a minute and update again with Crown Tourney. We get a lot of questions about Crown Tourney. The grade officers all are fielding questions about Crown Tourney. So we'll take a minute. We'll review our criteria for Crown Tourney. First and foremost, the entire kingdom has to be open for business. That's Maryland, DC, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. We have to be open enough for business that we're allowed to do a gathering for 500 people in a social situation, because that's what we're going to have, or more. Right now, we would love to tell you we know when that's going to be, or even where that event is going to be. We don't know that right now. We have a lot of things that are being worked. We are in contact with autocrats, the Kingdom Bid Committee representatives, and the grade officers in looking at an ever rolling forward opportunity for Crown Tourney sites. The other consideration we have is once Atlantia is open, we're going to say 30 days after that is the first that we're going to have Crown Tourney, because we want to give everyone the opportunity to go to their local practices and train for at least 3 to 4 weeks. We want to see a good Crown Tourney. So that's where we stand on it. The Crown Tourney will be a double elimination. All weapons forms, face thrust will be allowed. What I think of as a very traditional Atlantean Crown Tourney. Duke Ragnar is working on making sure that we get proper invites done out to people and things of that nature. So as we know a little more, we'll start putting that together in a little more formal sense. So if you have questions about Crown Tourney, feel free to send them to us. But right now, if you just think about what we talked about, you really know as much about it as we do. But we're open for suggestions and ideas.
We promise you, as soon as we know something, we'll share it. So His Majesty and I have started visiting with our different baronies during their social hours, happy hours, various teas and functions that are open to people. So far, we've only been to one, and that was in Stierbach. thank you, Your Excellency Steerbach, for hosting us.
It was great fun.
It was great fun. We got to hear singing and music playing and just general camaraderie. And
We
it
were
was-
going to Sacred Stones last night, but they had to
They
cancel,
had to cancel.
due to some health issues.
And I believe tonight there is one in Notting Hill Coil,
Right.
and we'll jump in for that for a little while and say hey to everybody. So if we miss one, don't be offended. These may be hit and miss. We have a lot of commitments and other meetings on our schedules at night.
And we still have to go to work.
And we still have to work, and we still have to, eventually maybe clean our house and eat meals and tend to the royal dog. So we will be there eventually. Also, Duchess Lynette is kind of arranging a schedule of those for us, so we know when they all take place, what time and what days. So if you have a happy hour, open Bardic, any type of a social thing that His Majesty and I could drop by at, please let Duchess Lynette Samir know, and she'll add it to the schedule so that we can see if we can free up time together.
You can send it to us directly, but always copy her because she's our brain that keeps us straight on social engagements. Okay. So we talked a little bit about Crown Tourney. But we have a Kingdom event that is going on, and it's going to go on before Crown Tourney will for sure. We have Atlantia, the Chancellor of University has put together a great university offering. I think there's 109 different classes. It's all being done virtually online, and then there'll be a graduation ceremony at the end of it as people join and become fellows of the university based on their contributions through the years. So that's going to be on June 13th. You do need to pre-register for it. If you have any questions, contact the Chancellor. You can find her number on the webpage and all of that, or just send an email to, I don't know her email address, but okay. But look online on the Atlantia homepage. You can get up with her.
There's other sources of information for it too. Obviously, you can go to the Kingdom of Atlantia page, Virtual Atlantia, the Acorn. All of those, I believe, have links or ways to find out more information about university.
Okay. One more piece of business is the Earl Marshal, Duke Vlad, has, after many years of service, doing several terms as Earl Marshal for Atlantia, has announced that he is stepping down. We are taking applicants or those that are interested of the job. You need to take a look at his post that he has out there and respond to it and let us know that you're interested. We'll be making that selection probably in, I think the timetable works that it's probably in about 2 months. So if you're interested, just want to talk about it, give Vlad a call, give me a call. You can get a hold of either one of us, send us mail, and we'll be happy to talk you through it.
So the last kind of piece of just informational business, obviously these are challenging times right now, and we can't just get together at events and talk. If you want to have an audience with us or talk to us about something, a lot of the times we would just get together at events and talk. We can't do that now. So when you contact us, and that is for any reason, whether it's a letter of intent for a baronial position, whether it's an award recommendation, whether you're seeking answers to questions, please include with your contact your preferred method for us to contact you back, whether that's an email, whether it's phone, whether it's both. And if it's by phone, give us good times that we can contact you back. Sometimes now we're getting information and our email has been spotty, and I'll touch on that in a minute. So if your phone number is there and good times to call, that sometimes helps us to be able to get back in touch with you quickly. The other thing is the TRM email. It has some sort of a glitch. We don't really know what. The web minister is looking into that, but it's an intermittent problem, which are, of course, the hardest to diagnose and fix. So Lord Melchior has also included our emails that were attached to that, and that's duchesslynette@gmail.com and dukeanton18@gmail.com. So if you're going to send us something to the TRM, please go ahead and copy those other email addresses too. That way we can be ensured that we're going to receive the information that you're sending to us.
Okay. So I think the cruelest fate of all we suffer this weekend is that we could have had an Emerald Joust that wasn't hot. I'm sorry, we always call them emerald joust
Ruby joust, I think. is what it
because
is.
that's where we started with it. So we missed the diamond cycle, but we were there for the emerald. Therefore, you kind of go from where you came from. But hopefully we'll all be getting together soon. I know that some groups are starting to have small fighter practices. I think that's great. Just make sure you do what your civil authorities require you. And don't forget that you'll have spectators and visitors to manage also. So with that, you have anything else?
No, until we talk to you again, Atlantia, and we will be seeing you at the happy hours.
So we'll say goodbye for now, and I'll get up and get us another drink.
Viva Atlantia.
Cheers.